Good freaking morning, guys. It's Friday the 10th of October. It is about 7:20. It's almost 7:30 in the morning right now. I just finished off setting up my customer emails. It's a Friday. Most of my customers are off on Friday, believe it or not, so I don't really have a lot of work to do ever on a Friday. The only thing that I actually am responsible for today is just one load that's moving. And then from there, nothing. It's just like sales efforts and shit, and things. Excuse me, sales efforts and things to try and get the day moved forward. And so it's a lot of mental thought. I did my journaling and everything while walking this morning, and I actually had some really good ideas that kind of stemmed from the books that I was reading this morning because I started a new sales book. And then you guys may or may not know this, but I have a second. I don't know if you want to call it a business, but a second interest in trading equities, stocks, things like this. And I did pretty well on it this week. I made a little over 10 grand this week. And today is looking to be like a hot day as well for me, so I could finish this week up about 15. But we'll see. We'll see where it actually ends up. I could end up, up 8 for the week instead and lose 2 grand today or something. Who knows? But as long as it comes out positive, that's all I care about. So I've started new reads on both investing, so like trading, day trading, and then sales once again. And I had some interesting ideas stem out of each of them, which is good stuff. I always enjoy stuff like that. So I had some good ideas stem. So I have some things that I need to work on actually before I start making my sales calls. I've got to make some new scripts for myself. And we'll just kind of see where those take me. I got to make the scripts. I got to practice the scripts. And then I got to actually make the dials and try to use the scripts. So there's always fine-tuning that can be done. If you're not finding things that are wrong in your sales process, you're probably not looking hard enough, or you're probably not actually reviewing yourself, or for whatever reason you think that you are a sales freaking god or guru or whatever, and that you have nothing that you could possibly improve upon, which is just, it's never the case. Things do work in sales pretty, like over time. Like there are certain things that withstand the test of time. But in terms of like, value propositions or how you present your value proposition, those things do change. Your value prop shouldn't really change unless you're adding an additional service to what you offer, or a different product or whatever. But how you present your value proposition, that changes over time. How you reach out to prospects changes over time. There's a lot of technology involved now. There's a lot of call screening. There's a lot of people who don't answer calls. So kind of everything has its time and place, and it all is changing. The one constant in business is change. So you have to be willing to adapt. You have to be able to move quick on your feet. And you also have to be looking for what the changes are that are happening. So that's kind of what I've been doing and what I've been noticing. So there's new things that I need to be doing in order to keep up, still compete, and win. The few constants are once you actually land the business. But after that, everything that you do, or before that, everything that you do, that changes constantly. New pitches work per person. It all depends on kind of who you're calling, what you're calling about, and what you offer. But I'm about to get out. 7:30, like I said. We had BLTs last night, so you can see the bacon sheets here. But it's about 7:30. I'm about to get out in the gym. I'm about to hit a workout. It's push day. So I'll hit that. I'll come back in. I'll do my triple S, which if you don't know, it's shit, shower, and shave. I'll clean this up a little bit. And then I'll get to making my scripts. I'll get to making my calls. I'll get those done. And then after that, I don't have a lot to do today, guys, so I just might go to the golf course. We'll see. I am a member of a country club out here, so we'll see. I might take myself right to the golf course and just have myself a day at the course. But that's all I got for you for now. I'll come back at you later. Jackie, I work with small to mid-sized shippers on truckload, expedite, and dedicated orders. Mainly, I help with mitigating risk, increasing transparency, and driving customer satisfaction, all while keeping competitive pricing. If you'd be interested in speaking with me now or in the future, I'm Adam Patterson. So what you just heard right there is one of my voicemails that I leave. I don't leave voicemails often. I actually just started this morning. I've had maybe probably 6 or 7 different voicemail scripts since beginning. I used to just say something quick just to try and get a call back from anybody, and I would be like, hey, just had a quick operational question for you. Please give me a call back. And they got me maybe 1 or 2 calls back, but they were never useful. It also, like, it's kind of, you know, in my eyes, it's kind of lying. You know, if I work in transportation, if I work in logistics, and I'm offering my services or I'm trying to market my services, I should tell them that. I should not sit there and say something along the lines of like, hey, I just had an operational question for you. It's very misleading, it's very misguiding, and it's kind of like when like a car salesman leaves you a voicemail telling you that you got some type of free discount or something like that. I don't like it, so I don't do it. I wouldn't want it if I was in the reverse situation, and that's kind of how I approach sales. If I was being sold to, I wouldn't want to get lied to just to get on the phone. I wouldn't want somebody to lie to my assistant or receptionist just to get me on the phone. I would not take kindly to that. So when I got on the phone, because I would answer the phone, if they lied to get through to me, I would probably be very, very cruel in my feedback to them, considering that I started in sales. I've worked my way into success the honest way. Did it happen as quick as when I used to put like a lot of pressure on people and force myself past? No, I did used to do it. I'm not saying I'm a saint or anything, but I don't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it when I was doing it. I was just, you know, trying to look for the shortcuts and everything. And now since I've gone out on my own and I kind of realized that I'm building my own brand, my name is everything, and that I really want to work with people and I want to help people. I don't want to lie to get in the door. I don't want to do any of that. I want to just be as honest as I could possibly be. There are some gray areas to things, you know, but I want to be as honest and forthcoming as I could possibly be. I want to be as transparent as possible. And, you know, I want to get in the right way, and I want to do business for a long time, and there's no shortcuts to that. There's tactics, there's high pressure tactics that you can put on people. It doesn't help you in this business. It helps you get in the door or whatever, but the moment that you can't deliver and you put all this pressure on this person to get you in the door, like the stakes are raised. You know what I mean? So I would rather it take longer, and I would rather it go smoother, because they actually know what I'm there for. We have real conversations. I don't just give them a price up front and just tell them I can guarantee anything. There's no fluff in this, you know? It's straightforward. There's no lies. And even if I miss out on some business because I don't lie and I don't put pressure on people like crazy, I'm okay with that. I'm still doing just fine, you know what I mean? So I don't need that. And then over time, I'm sure that the people who do put high pressure on them, they'll probably get kicked out of the network, or, you know, something will happen. They'll get burned out, because there's a reason why people put high pressure on people, and it's usually from a top-down standpoint. So the fact that I don't do that, I think I'm going to win in the long run, and that's the game that I'm playing. I'm not playing this for this year. I'm not playing it for next year. I'm not playing it for 5 years. I'm not playing it for 10. So if that's my outlook, and I can take as long as I want to land these clients and start working with them forever, then, you know, I'm just going to come out ahead. Because in 3 years, I could start working with one of these companies that I've called and left a voicemail for today, and all of a sudden that customer could potentially mean, you know, an extra $1 million or something like this. So that's how I approach it, and that's my approach to you. That's my advice to you if you're in sales, or if you're thinking about getting into sales. Just be honest. If you can't help somebody, admit that. Tell them that you can't do it. If you know someone who can, just be like, hey, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm actually not the perfect person for you. Our solutions do more like this. It sounds like you need this. Would that be correct? And if they say yes, just be like, I do know somebody. If you're actually wanting somebody and you weren't just, here to hear what I had to say, I do have someone that I can put you in contact with, or I'll put them in contact with you, and you can kind of go from there. And that's just a lot better. Like, it's good to do good business. You don't want to screw anybody over. You don't want to lie. There's a book that I read once upon a time. It was called The Only Way to Win, and it talked about how to build a company that you're actually going to be proud of, and it has nothing to do with profits, it has nothing to do with revenue, it has nothing to do with your clients, it has everything to do with the character, values of yourself. And it's the only way to win in life, but it's also it was written about business. But it's like you choose characteristics that you want to keep and have, and traits and values, and you stick to them. And as long as you do that, you will win. You will win the game that you are playing, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. So